Welcome to 13 Hour Times 62 LEGO Media Reviews. Today we have the Brick Bible, the New Testament, a new spin on the story of Jesus, as told and illustrated by Brendan Powell Smith. Now on the surface, it is basically the same as the other Brick Bible we reviewed last week, only in the New Testament form. But I'll explain more about this, how it's more unique, in just a minute. The U.S. price is $19.95. You could find it at Barnes & Noble and other bookstores. As mentioned before, he's used all different kinds of Lego bricks, produced 5,000 illustrations, retelling more than 400 stories from the Bible. Also made other Lego kid-friendly books. Now, as I've said of last week's book, there are some gruesome scenes in here that are not suitable for children. That happens a couple times in this, but not as much as the last one. Like over here, the little beheading. Sorry if if you weren't comfortable with that, but that's something that you should just know before getting this. Also, what you should know before, looking further into this, there are scenes in here that are based on the Bible in the New Testament. They're not 100% like the New Testament. What Brendan Powell Smith did with this book, he took excerpts from Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the 4 different books based on Jesus' story, and he put them together in what he thought was the best way possible, to tell the story of Jesus. There are lots of classic readings that are in here. You've heard a couple times at Mass or at other events, and even some not quite heard, and even some that are just more emphasized. So, if you want to be really sure about any of these readings, there are, on the corners of each of these pages, in tiny print there, you can see there is Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and which chapters and verses each of these pages were taken from. And that's throughout the entire thing. There's also Revelations in here. You see there's a couple odd scenes. So Revelations is in the back of this book as well. I'm also going to show what's in the front, because there is a table of contents section. Part 1, the Gospels. There you go. There's also a forward section. Here we are, table of contents, the Gospels, page 8 to 149. The Acts of the Apostles, page 150 to 183. And the Revelation of John, 184 to the end, which I don't think is that much. 260, let me just pull out the number. 271. But there are all different kinds of scenes in here. This I've noticed, this couple pages apparently stay together, but they didn't stay in the actual binding of the book. So just be careful when getting it, because sometimes the pages will fall out. There's also a couple scenes in here I was going to mention. They do, when Jesus teaches his lessons to the apostles, or to people in general, what Brendan Powell Smith did, he actually made some of them in modern life, the way that the people are dressed and things, so that you get the modern feel for some of the lessons. I'm just trying to find some of those now. Just give me a minute. Yeah, there we go. So here's one. Moses said, "Honor your father and mother, and anyone who insults his father or mother must be put to death." Now, I don't think they have to be put in the electric chair, but that's just one demonstration of being put to death. But you see, there's more modern stuff. You have pizza, you have football helmets, you have modern clothes, posters, that kind of stuff. But it's all told, so that you have an idea. In modern times, this These are rules made for any time period, you know? It's kind of unique. There's also a couple interesting models in here if you look closely. There's a nice banquet scene. There's a couple things here and there. If you look hard enough, you'll find some pretty interesting stuff. It's a nice way to set up a living room. I think they had a Lego camel in here. They had an actual molded camel, but they also had a built version. If you want to build the Last Supper scene, there you go. And they even have, you know, molded Lego breads and glasses. They got a lot of neat scenery in here. That's one thing I've noticed. And as you look through this, you know, you see a lot of, you know, some pieces are changed because they just fit better for taking the photos. In some cases, they might remove detail from some of them, you know, so you could make a couple different faces out of it, make different people, and it's really kind of interesting. So if you look through it enough, if you find it in a bookstore, just take a couple minutes, browse through the pages, and you can find some neat stuff. And then you find some abnormals. I don't understand the Revelation of John, so I don't I don't have anything here to say about it except for the models that they built. You know, it's kind of cool how they make the eagle, but I wouldn't put all these eyes on it. And they also have, there's a good look at the planet Earth, a little bit catching on fire. A third of the Earth was burned up. Now you've probably seen parts of this from when I had extras readings about the Holy Week. Now, I'm gonna go back to the Old Testament sometime soon and take care of that. Oh, there's the Earth again. Miniature. I'm gonna try to go back and do the Passover, even though obviously the week of Passover is over. But I still am gonna do it by request. I hope you guys aren't, you know, upset that it's done a little bit later than expected. I mean, you should celebrate it as you know, with your family and with your religious community before you go to this. Okay, so and there's a look at changing details. You see that his head is slightly changed in printing. How they do it, I don't really know, but they do a really good job with it. That much I can say. But if you want to, you know, have a friendly way to tell the Bible to your kids, in most cases this is friendly. In some, it's a little bit odd. But, not a bad book. This is one I like to keep on the shelf. I would also like to remind you, no religious disputes in the comments, whether for Christianity or for Islam or for Judaism. I don't care the religion, but I don't want to see any disputes about this in the comments. I only want to hear what you guys think about the book, and not about the religion it portrays. Thanks for watching, and we will see you later.